Okay, so we will get started in a child's pose, bringing our hips to our heels, forehead to the mat, prioritizing bringing our forehead to the mat, even if our hips don't reach our heels. I invite you to close your eyes. I invite you to start noticing the feel of your breath, becoming curious about what happens on your inhales and what your experience is on your exhales. I'm going to read a short passage from the Book of Awakening for today, November 28th, and it's entitled Devotion. It begins, "Sincerity is that which flows out of your genuine innermost self. Without this, honesty is mistaken and insufficient. It is like trying to move in a boat without an oar. It is one thing to see accurately. It is another to allow yourself to feel what you see with sincerity, and still another to allow your actions in the world to be formed by both honest seeing and sincere feeling." All of this reminds me of the stained-glass master in Europe who would teach 3 ways of seeing as necessary to create a sacred window. First, she would say, there is the need to see what image of life shapes the window. Next, there is the need to fill the window with color. And finally, there is the act, the pledge, to let it all come alive by placing it in the light. How like stained glass we are. Honesty enables us to discover the images of life that shape us, the images that scratch and stain us with experience. But these are nothing without the sincerity of heart that fill them and us with color. And then, if we are to come alive at all, we must place ourselves in the light. Go ahead and take a deep inhale through your nose, letting your breath fill up your belly, and exhale it out with a sigh. And as we move through our practice, let your light and the sincerity of your practice guide you through the movements and also whatever you might be feeling. Stretch your arms out so far forward towards the front of the mat that your elbows lift off the mat. And feel a stretch in your side body. Inhale into the side stretch. Exhale it out through your mouth, letting it go. Now place your palms underneath your shoulders. Come up onto all fours for a tabletop position. And then from here, you'll curl your toes under, send your hips up and back as we find downward facing dog. And we explore this first downward facing dog, bending one knee then the other. Bending both knees together as our torso touches our thighs. Maybe we sway our hips from side to side. We can shake our head no, nod our head yes. Letting it feel free, letting it feel exploratory. And we add some precision now to the pose, gazing at our hands, looking to make sure that they're about shoulder width distance pressing into our fingertips, pads of our hands, our palms, using the strength of our arms as we shift some of the weight into our legs. Heavying our head more than we think we are, and sending our head and our chest towards our thighs. Good. Putting a slight bend in our knees if we need to, as our hips point up and back towards the spot where the ceiling meets the back wall. And our heels will come down to oh no.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You can hear me now?
Yeah, you paused for a minute.
Okay, let me come onto my phone just to. So we're in downward facing dog. Inhale takes our right leg up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the knee into the nose. Inhale, lift the leg up and back. Exhale, bring the knee to the upper right arm. Inhale, bring it up and back. Exhale, bring our knee to our upper left arm. Maybe look over our left shoulder. Inhale, lift it up and back. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, bring knee into nose and curl up like a ball, cat spine. Inhale, lift the leg up and back. Exhale, bring your knee to your upper left arm. See if you can get them to touch. Great. Inhale, lift it up and back. Exhale, cross it over. Use your core, knee to upper right arm. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, place it back down. Immediately bend your knees, look up to the front of the mat and walk to the front of the mat. And when you get there, hang heavy in your forward fold. And we use this forward fold as an opportunity to let everything go. Heavy our head more than we think we are. And just tune in to how we are feeling. Maybe shake your head no, nod your head yes. And then slowly come up to standing. Arms heavy, face soft. When you reach the top of the mat, we'll do some shoulder rolls. So roll your right shoulder back in 2 circles. Roll it forward in 2 circles. Left shoulder back. Left shoulder forward. Both shoulders together back. Both shoulders forward. Inhale, lift your shoulders up by your ears. Exhale, smooth them down. Inhale, shoulders up. Maybe scrunch up your face. Exhale, release it on down. Inhale, lift your arms up, biceps framing the ears. Standing mountain pose. Close your eyes. Feel all 4 corners of your feet grounded. Activate your knees, engage your quads, engage your glutes, Press the navel in. Rotate the pinkies towards one another to relax your shoulders down. And reach out through your pinky fingers to strengthen your arms and straighten them. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice. Why practice today? Open your eyes if you've closed them. Take a deep inhale from your belly as you reach up to touch the ceiling, and then start to go back, hips forward, weight in your heels. When your exhale comes, dive forward for your forward fold. And you'll do that again. Inhale takes you up, lift up, reach up, go back. Exhale, come down. Take that again on your own, 2 or 3 more times. Letting your smooth inhale take you up. Letting a release come in your forward fold as you exhale. Moving with your breath, feeling your internal experience. Back and forward fold. You'll come into a half lift, bringing your hands to your shins or perhaps your thighs, shoulders away from your ears, feeling the length of your torso out the crown of your head. Inhale. Exhale, place your hands down, step back for your high plank. And we set it up here, maybe sending our toes forward and back, stopping when we feel we're in the center. Feel for it. Shoulders over wrists. And press your navel in as you send your thighs up and back. Heels over balls of feet. Strong bodies, inhale as you push the mat away. Exhale to lower down halfway, elbows into ribs. Inhale as you lift up, upward facing dog, suspended between feet and hands. Shoulders stretch back as your chest reaches forward. Smooth exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up and back. And then exhale, bend your knees, step your foot in between your hands. Left foot comes down to the mat. Your inhale takes you up as you find warrior one. Good. Again, and as always, we feel grounded in all 4 corners of our feet. And use your back leg, your back glute, to send your left hip forward as your right hip comes back. Knee in line with your ankle. Rotate your pinkies towards one another. You soften your shoulders. Soften your face. Take an inhale, sit lower, reach higher. Exhale, bring your hands down. Step your feet back and pause. Left hand comes to the center of the mat. Roll over onto your left side for your side plank. Push the mat away as you send your hips up. Nice, good. And then maybe you can send your arm over your ear. And then maybe you can lift your right leg off the left. Take one more inhale, push the mat away. Exhale, return to plank and take your vinyasa flow. Back in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, step it through in between your hands. Back foot comes down. Inhale, lift up. You're in warrior one. Invitation to close your eyes and check in with how you feel. Everyone embodies each pose differently, and we find sincerity in the pose by just feeling what it is to be us in the pose. So on the last inhale, find your fullest expression. Exhale, release. As you bring your hands down to the mat, step your foot back, pause. Right hand comes to the center of the mat this time, and we roll over onto our right leg and find our side plank. Awesome. Bring your top arm slightly forward, Liz. Good. Lift those hips up, 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 up. Nice. Go ahead and release and take your flow. Total reset. Moving on to what's new. Inhale takes our right leg up and back. Exhale steps it through in between our hands. Leave your back foot lifted this time as you come up into your high crescent lunge. And again, we use that back leg to support us here. Squeezing that back glute as we sit our front knee a little bit more forward. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, reach your hands behind you for a power lunge. Good. So the back heel is still lifted. Our arms are behind us. Our palms are facing down. And we're reaching with our fingertips, almost as if someone was pulling our arms. Now inhale back up, warrior one, or high crescent lunge. Exhale back, power lunge. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, power lunge. Last one. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, power lunge. Inhale, warrior one, high crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down, step back, and take your flow. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Or the left leg up and back, my bad. Exhale, step it through in between your hands. Back foot stays lifted. Lift up into your high crescent lunge. Squeezing our inner thighs together as we sit a little bit lower. Reaching out from our pinky fingers, chest stays lifted. Inhale here. Exhale, hands back, power lunge. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands down, step back, find your flow. We'll repeat that, but add a few more poses to it. So inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, step it through in between your hands. Keep your back foot lifted. Rise up for your high crescent lunge. Reach your arms back for your power lunge. Back into your high crescent lunge. Now peel open for your warrior two. Oh, good. Yep. You might need to take a longer stance for your warrior two. I'm going to do it on the other side. Sending the knee over the ankle. Keeping the back edge of your left foot pressing into the mat and using that support of your back foot to really sit lower in the pose. Reaching out from the underside of your arms, out through your pinky fingers. Flip your front palm. Send your body forward. Reach it up and back to find your reverse warrior. Place your left hand on a shin, on your thigh, or just behind your back. Keep breathing. Inhale to sit a little bit lower. Exhale, straighten your front leg for your reverse triangle. Now exhale, arms reaching wide. Hinging from the hips as we send our right hand down, our left hand up for a triangle. Both legs straight. Sending our hips slightly forward as we lean our chest back. And stretching our arms apart. Take one more inhale, maybe gaze up at your hand. Exhale, release. Hand down. Step back. And flow. Always an option to add something extra to the flows or skip it if you'd like. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, step it through in between your hands. Right foot stays lifted as you rise up into your high crescent lunge. Exhale, bring your hands behind you, power lunge. Inhale, lift up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, peel open, warrior two. Invitation to close your eyes as you reconnect with the slow and steady breath in and out of your nose. Take one. Nice. I see you sitting lower. Flip your front palm. Send your body forward. Reach your arm up and back. Reverse your warrior. Maybe rotate your pinky towards your face and see if that lets you relax your shoulder a little bit. Good. Sitting low as you reach high. Now straighten your front leg for your reverse triangle. Inhale to stretch. Exhale, arms wide. Hinge from the hips as you send your left hand down. Right arm up for your triangle. Bottom hand can be on the mat or on your shin. Using that to maybe identify a stretch in your upper right hip. Inhale as you stretch your arms apart. Exhale as you release it. Bring your hands down to the mat and take your flow. Good. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, bend your knee as you roll open the hips. So maybe imagine you're making little hearts in the sky with your knee. Maybe you're going to send those hearts up to someone who needs them. Wiggle your toes. Rotate your ankles. Keep breathing. Inhale, sends the leg up and back. Exhale, bring it back down to meet the left. Other side. Inhale, send the left leg up and back. Exhale, bend the knee as you roll it open. Now maybe you're writing your name in cursive, making little smiley faces where you dot the I's. Inhale, send the leg up and back. Exhale, bring it back down. Go ahead and bring your knees down to the mat so you're on all fours. And we'll take some cats and cows here. So inhale as you lift your chin up and your tailbone up for your cow. Exhale for your cat. Tuck the chin, round the spine. Press the mat away. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cat. Roll out your neck if you wish. Sway your hips from side to side if that feels nice. And then we'll come on back to a neutral spine on all fours. And we'll lift up our right arm and send it towards the front of our space. And lift up our left leg as we send it towards the back of our space. And lift up on the points of the body in contact with the ground. Reach from your big toe out to your pinky finger. Now bend your knees and your heel towards your butt. And then go and grab your foot with your hand. Good. Beautiful. Now feel as though you're dragging your shin up the back wall as you lift your foot up. Pressing your foot into your hand and your hand into your foot. Lift it up. One more inhale. Go ahead and reach your arm out, leg out. And then just come back to all fours. And then congratulate yourself for doing a good job. And you'll inhale, lift your left arm up. And exhale, lift your right leg back. Good. Lift up to grow tall. And then bend your knee, send your heel towards your butt. Go and grab your foot with your hand. You got it. Nice. And then lift it up. Lift it up. One more strong inhale, lift it up. Beautiful. Go ahead and release. Hand forward, leg back. Stay with it. Awesome. Hand down, knee down. Go ahead and take some more cats and cows if you wish. And then we'll come into a downward facing dog. So strong. Bend your knees, look towards the front of the mat, and step or hop, if you wish, towards the front of the mat. Nice hop. And when you get there, hang heavy in your forward fold. Maybe sway side to side. Keep breathing. Now separate your feet about hips width distance. Size of 2 fists can fit in between your feet. Your 2 fists. And then we'll come into our chair pose. So we'll sit our hips low, reach our arms up as we find the chair. Keeping our weight in our heels. Sending our knees over our ankles. Sitting our hips low as if there's a chair behind us. Press your navel in, reach your arms up, and we'll stay here for 4 breaths. Sounds a lot longer than it is. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Last 1. Go ahead and let it out. Forward fold. Place your left hand down. Put a slight bend in your left knee and reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. A nice little twist. Take one more inhale. Twist from the belly. Exhale, release. Other side. Right hand down. Left hand up. Twist, twist, twist. Lengthen your torso away from your hips. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let it all hang. And then an inhale, we'll sit low. Reach our arms up. Chair pose. Closing our eyes. Finding our fullest expression of the pose, finding our sincerity. Two more breaths. Reach your arms up, shine your heart forward. Then inhale, stand all the way up. Reach up, go back. Exhale, hands by your side. And maybe you want to shake your hips, roll out your shoulders. Release some of the tension that might have built. And now we're going to build on what we were just doing in our spinal balancing by setting up for a bow pose. And we'll start with our left leg. So place your feet at a comfortable distance. Lift your right arm up, bicep next to your ear. All right, I don't know if you can see. Good. Okay. And then bend your left knee, send your left foot to your butt. Grab your foot inside. And then just like we were doing in our spinal balancing, start to lift your foot up. Place hand into foot and foot into hand. Good. We'll do that again. If you fall out of it, just come back into it No problem. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Now release the hand, but keep your leg up. And then send your hands in front of your right foot to the mat for your half split. Good. You're going to lift your butt up, up, up. Now right hand down, left hand up for a half move. Now put a deep bend in your right knee and land in a warrior two. Awesome. Great. Flip your front palm, send your body forward, reach it up, reverse warrior. Good. Now send your hand down, right hand down, left hand up for your side angle. Or did I say that wrong? Yeah, right hand down, left hand up for your side angle. Good. Very cool. And keep it active by pressing your leg into your arm and your arm back into your leg. And send your chest back almost as though you could lay on the wall behind you. If you have a bind, you can go ahead and do that, or you can just stay with your side angle. Take one more inhale. Now listen carefully. We're going to come into a squat. So you're just going to send your hands down, bring your left foot up, and come into a squat pose. Good. So for our squat, we're sending our heels in and our toes out, bringing our hands together to touch, palm into palm, one long line from elbow to elbow. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Beautiful. If you have a crow and you want to try that, or some sort of arm balance, you can go ahead, go for it. Or you can just stay in a squat and keep it active. And whenever you've got, go ahead and bring your hands to the mat. Step your feet back. And take your flow, or just come back into downward facing dog. And then right away, bend your knees, look towards the front of the mat. Then step or hop towards the front of the mat. Hang heavy in a forward fold. And then slowly come up to standing, lifting vertebra by vertebra. Head comes up last. This time we take bow on the right hand side, so lift your left arm up, bicep framing the face. Grab your right foot with your right hand. And then as soon as you're ready, start to kick your foot, your knee, your leg up. Feel the tension between your foot and your hand. Use that to keep your balance. Reach it up, up, up. Looks lovely. Once more. Strong finish. And then just release your foot from your hand. And slowly come downward quickly. Hands in front of your left foot for your half split. Nice half split. And if you want to experiment with trying to grab onto your left ankle, see if you can challenge your balance, go for it. And then send your left hand down, right hand up for your half moon. Stretch your chest away from your torso. Now put a deep bend in your left knee. Land with intention in your warrior two. Flip the front palm, send your body forward. Reach it up for reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down, right arm up. For your side angle. Maybe taking a wider stance so you can really sit your hips low. Yeah, good. And then leaning back. Take one more inhale. Release right hand down. And then step your right foot up to meet the left. Separate your feet, heels in, toes out. Find your squat. You can roll your hips from side to side, or you can just stay still. If you'd like to try crow, you can bring your hands about a foot away from your feet. Start to use your biceps, upper arms as a shelf as you start to lift your feet up. Or you can just stay in squat, either one. We'll take one more big belly breath wherever we are. Oh, I can't see you exactly, but it looks like you're trying. It looks like you're getting into it. You did it. Nice.
Just a little bit. I've never been able to do it, but it started to happen a little bit. So that's cool.
Awesome. Good. So whenever you're ready, you just come back and take your flow. Big up dog. Big exhale, down dog. And we'll just take an inhale here in downward dog. Exhale. We'll move into our final bit of work before we slow things down. Inhale takes the right leg up and back. Exhale, step it through in between the hands. Keep your back foot lifted, left hand down, right hand up for a low lunge twist. Send your right thigh in so your twist comes from your torso. Inhale. Exhale, hand down, back foot down. Circle up into your warrior two. Slow and steady breath. Sit a little bit lower. Now straighten your front leg. And then point both legs towards the side of the mat. You might pigeon toe your feet a little bit. You could bring your hands by your side. Identify your right arm, swing it underneath the left, crossing at elbows and wrists. Now putting the weight in your heels and squeezing your glutes. We're going to Slowly come into a back bend, lifting our torso, lifting our elbows, our chest, and then our gaze will be slightly behind us. Inhale. And then just to slowly come back to standing upright. Separate your hands. Now bring your hands down to your hips. And we'll hinge from the hips as we send our body parallel to the ground. And you can look down a little bit in front of you. Or this wide-legged forward bend. Now hands off your hips and just place them down on the mat. And let your head hang heavy. If your elbows come to the mat, that's wonderful. If not, just keep your palms on the mat. Gaze behind you. 2 more breaths. Good. Go ahead, replace your hands on your hips, parallel your upper body with the ground, and then slowly come back up to standing. Rebend that front knee as you send your right foot out to the front. Arms spread out wide, warrior 2. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down, step back, take your bow. Other side, inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Bend the knees, step it through. Right foot stays lifted, right hand down, left hand up for your twist. Take one more inhale, maybe gaze at your palm. Back foot comes down, both hands down, and then you'll circle up into your warrior 2. And take stock of the fact that this is the last bit of work before we slow it down. Inhale, sit low. Exhale, straighten your front leg. And turn your foot towards the side of your mat. Maybe finding a slight pigeon toe. This time, left arm crosses under right. You cross your elbows, maybe your wrists. Putting the weight in your heels, squeezing your glutes. You'll start to lift from the torso to go up. Reaching the chest up, reaching the elbows up. Take an inhale, gaze behind you. And then exhale, slowly come back to an upright position. Release your hands. Let them hang out at your sides for a moment, letting everything recirculate. Now bring your hands to your hips as you hinge forward. Now hands to the ground. Head hangs. And we'll stay for 2 more breaths. Now go ahead, slowly lift up using your core, hands on your hips. Then we'll return to standing. Rebend that front knee as you send your left foot out to the front. Arms out by your sides, warrior 2. And then release. Cartwheel your hands down. Take a step back, move through your flow. And as we slow things down, we'll come into half pigeon. So inhale as you lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, step it through. Send your right knee out to the outside of your shoulder. Bring your knee to the mat. Bring your right leg to the mat. Straighten your left leg behind you. And glance behind you and make sure your knee is in line with your heel. Take an inhale as you do a slight back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe you bring your forearms to the mat. Maybe you bring your forehead. And we'll be here for about a minute. Notice any sensation. Maybe using your intention to inform how you respond. Remaining aware of the feeling of your breath. And if the thoughts come, just remember your breath. Now very slowly bring your palms underneath your shoulders. And as if you were moving through honey, come to sitting upright. Take whatever counter stretches you need. Maybe you'd like to lift your left foot towards your butt and grab for it, or roll your neck out. And we'll just meet in half pigeon on the left. However you choose to get there, it's up to you. And after we do any adjustments we need, we will take a back bend and then fold forward. These moments of stillness matter. In them, we cultivate our capacity to remain calm, remain still, even if things might be a little bit uncomfortable. On these last few breaths, I invite you to inhale into any spaces that need it. And exhale out any tension, be it physical tension or mental tension or emotional tension. And place your palms underneath your shoulders. Slowly, like you don't really want to, come up to sitting upright or to half pigeoning upright. keep breathing as we meet in our final downward facing dog. If you'd like to move through your final flow, you're welcome to. And back in downward facing dog, it's our last one of those. So explore it if you wish. Bend one knee then the other, both knees, taking stock of what's changed, what might be new, if anything. And then we'll say goodbye to downward dog if we bring our knees to our heels for our hero's pose. You'll just notice the energy that you created. Another step completed on your journey. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale it out. We'll send our legs out in front of us for a forward fold. Slightly flexing our feet. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, dive forward. Three breaths. Relax your shoulders. Chin into chest. Go ahead and release. Slowly come up to sitting upright. Scoot your bottom to the center of the mat. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Slowly come down to lying on your back, using your core, moving slowly. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock your body side to side. Send your feet down to the mat. And we'll just windshield wiper our knees. So just send your knees out to the side. Release your lower back. And then stretch your legs out long. Arms by your side for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Relax your feet. Relax your shins, your thighs. Let your hips relax. Let your torso relax. Your chest, your shoulders. All 10 fingers. Relax your upper arms, your neck, your jaw, your cheeks, your eyeballs behind your gentle eyelids. Remember your intention. Send yourself gratitude and really feel gratitude emanating throughout your pores and radiating outward. Gratitude for your practice, for your commitment, for yourself. I'll end with a quote. Stay as long as you'd like. We all know how sudden and brilliant a stained glass window can be. Opaque one moment and breathtaking as soon as the sun floods it, and we can see it from the inside. We are the same, sacred windows in the making. So to place ourselves in the light and to see each other from the inside are the most important skills we can learn. When we do these things, we are practicing devotion. It is basic and necessary, and after we learn, we can do it every day without thinking. One last time, exhale all your air out. Inhale something new and sweet. Exhale it out. Thank you so much, and be well.